In Europe, voters in 27 countries have elected more far-right members to the European Parliament. That body has limited power, but the vote is having a significant impact. The results have prompted French President Emmanuel Macron to call for a snap parliamentary election in his country after suffering a major defeat at the hands of Marine Le Pen's right-wing party. CBS News foreign correspondent Elaine Cobbe is with us now from Paris. Elaine, how significant are the results of the weekend's European elections?
Lindsay, the far right and Eurosceptics now control a significant portion of the European Parliament. The centre is holding with the majority, but this can change the debates on the kind of issues that affect all of the European Union bloc and also individual countries, such as security, immigration and border issues. And of course, the vote to the far right across several countries hit the EU leaders the hardest, so that Germany's Chancellor is seriously compromised. The Belgian Prime Minister says he'll resign, and France's Macron called those snap elections.
How risky of a move is that from Macron?
It is a very high-risk move, Lindsay, and it was quite unexpected. Some observers are suggesting perhaps he's decided, since his party hasn't done well, but all the others are splintered too, that maybe this is the time to just go double or nothing up against the far-right National Rally in the hope that he can pull together enough votes. But it's a very risky strategy, and it could very well lose. And there's a lot of criticism here, saying he's simply handing the country to the far right. Marine Le Pen, the leader of the National Rally Party, has already said that they are ready to lead, and she's already got her programme ready to go, including rolling back much of the legislation on welcoming immigrants. So it's going to be tough, and there are a lot of parties scrambling today to form alliances, sometimes with people they wouldn't like to get into bed with, but they have to come up with a list of candidates by Sunday, so there's very little time.
Well, and the Paris Olympics get underway in just under 50 days. Are there worries about how the Olympics might affect the two-round polls?
Well, the mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, has said it's very troubling that elections should be called now. She didn't want anything to rain on her parade, and this is going to affect such things as city workers, who will now have to spend more time putting up the hoardings outside polling places, then taking them down, and making sure the city is clear of all the election posters that come with any votes. And she wanted them to be, at this stage, in the final polishing stages. The city is not that ready, but she likes to think it is. But there's also the issue that all of those government ministers that after the dissolution of the assembly are now out of the job. And that means also the security minister, the interior minister in charge of all the police. Now, not to say that the police chiefs can't handle it, but there are certain protocols, and it does leave a vacuum that really nobody wanted right now in preparation for these very high-level games.
Elaine Cobbe, thank you.